good evening, or good morning, or good day, good whatever, just good one. You know what I mean? So today I was going to try to do a live stream, but I got a little busy tonight. First, I went and saw my nephew play a game of lacrosse. He's on a lacrosse team. He got to play a couple times. He's a freshman in high school, and he did pretty good. Didn't get to play as much as I wanted to, but he was out there at least 4 times throughout the game. So, as a freshman, I think that's a pretty good start. I really enjoy lacrosse. Had I known about lacrosse when I was in high school, I probably would have played it. The the game seems like my favorite parts of my favorite sports. It's got, um, it's got like the ball. I love I love balls in sports. Sports without balls, they're no sport to me. Uh, I'm trying to think of a sport without a ball. I guess track and field, unless you're talking shot put. But it's like hockey mixed with football mixed with soccer. There's constantly stuff, people running across the field. Um, my complaint is that the little tiny ball that they throw back and forth is little and tiny and it's white, which up in the sky blends in so well. Why don't they make it, I don't know, like fluorescent green, something that's easy to follow? Well, green might blend into the grass. Perhaps fluorescent yellow? Maybe they would blend into the sun. I'm thinking fluorescent pink, but I don't know if that's the kind of balls they want to be throwing around out there. Fluorescent blue. No, that's the sky again. Nonetheless, maybe just something that glows like a ball of light. That would be really cool. Anyways, watched lacrosse. It was cold as hell. It was really strange because it was 70 degrees on Sunday. Well, first of all, on Saturday it was blizzarding on my way back from La Crosse, Wisconsin. Then Sunday it was 70 degrees. Then Monday it was 32 degrees and sleeting. And it was about 40 degrees today. So it's like crazy weather. After the lacrosse game, I went to my nephew's house to help him with his computer because apparently he saved his money and he bought a hard drive and some new fans, and he was putting the fans into the computer, and when he put the hard drive in, the whole thing would just stop loading. So I brought over my sausage fingers and I got into the machine. And I did some fiddling. Basically, luckily for him, I've had problems similar in the past because I've added hard drives to my computer, and sometimes what happens is it thinks that, the boot drive is the new hard drive you put in there, but the new drive you have in there is completely blank, not even partitioned yet. So it's saying that there's nothing there. My first step was, let's take out this new hard drive and see if we can boot up the old one. And it still didn't work. It was saying drive not found, which surprised me. Because you'd think that if you plug in a hard drive and it's going to automatically switch that to be the new boot device, that when you take it out, it could automatically switch back to the old device you had. Nonetheless, it didn't do that, so we had to go into the BIOS screen. Is this exciting enough for you? It's super exciting. In the BIOS screen, I was able to change the boot drive order, so the original drive was there. And then afterwards, I booted it all up, worked like a charm. Then we went, added the other hard drive, put it as second boot drive, which I just think means that if the first drive doesn't boot, then the second one would. But since the first one does, you never boot from the second drive. Period. Then I partitioned it and did that, and I realized I'm a computer master. No big deal. What is this? I don't know. Anyhow, so instead of being able to get home and set up a live stream, I was pretty busy. Now tomorrow I will not be able to live stream. Tomorrow I have a rehearsal in Chicago for my shows. I'm doing 2 new shows soon. First is Nerdology, which is a nerd-centric trivia show at colleges that just goes through nerd culture, not just comic book nerds, not just computer nerds. We're talking Disney nerds, any extreme focus on facts from anything. So the show's been going for about 6 months, and it's really popular. It's run out of the Mission Improbable Tour Co. Represented also by Bash Schuler, who represents me. So that said, they're picking up a lot of shows, and I'm like, going to train us so that we can do extra shows. So I'm really excited about that one. I'm also going to be training for Comedy Murder Mystery Dinner, which I have not performed with Mission Improbable, but they've been doing this show for a couple of years. It's just getting more popular, and they just want everybody trained so that if we're out on the road, we can pick these shows up. I've done murder mystery dinners for 2 different companies in the past. I did it with Sharpo the Clown in Los Angeles. Jack hooked me up with that job. Great job. It's a fun show. At the end of the day, these shows are so simple. It's just basically making the audience the star of the show while you sit back and eat free food and try not to get too drunk. You know what I mean? Well, actually, when I say try, you just simply don't. You have a drink to look like you're blending in. Because technically, a lot of times at these shows, you don't want them to know that you're part of the show. You want them to think that you're part of the crowd. There's only a couple people that are known to be part of the show. And the others are like, villains that pop out of nowhere. This comedy murder mystery show that Mission Improbable tours with, I've never seen it, never done it, but I imagine it's the same formula. Something similar. I know that we get the audience to be the suspects, and there is some sort of a story. I really don't know what it is, so I'm excited. We're going to be rehearsing at Under the Gun Theater in Chicago, which is not far from Theater Row down there. If you guys are familiar with Chicago's theater area, it's changed a lot in the past. Back when I was in Chicago in 2000, there was only a couple theaters in this area. There was Mission Improbable, Stage Left, which is where I did Low Sodium Entertainment, and then there was Improv Olympic, which was down the street, like maybe 3 blocks from where we were. And then there was another theater called the WNEP Theater, which was smaller, and that was all in this small, focused little area. But as far as I understand it, Mayor Daley said that he wanted to make a focused theater district, and everybody was afraid of how that was going to affect everything. But it's amazing down there. Now we have a Comedy Sports on the same block as the Annoyance Theater. There's the Under the Gun Theater. I think Stage Left is gone. There's Stage 773, which is run by a guy that I used to take improv with at Second City, and then I was his teacher assistant at Columbia in Chicago. And now he owns a theater in Theater Row. La-di-da-di-da. But it's pretty cool. So, but of all things, Improv Olympic, when Theater Row opened up, closed shop and moved to what I would consider borderline ghetto area of Chicago. I've heard amazing things about their space. It's a much bigger space than before. They have more classrooms, more stages, and I don't want to talk bad because I haven't experienced it myself. I haven't been there. But from my understanding, they're having a hard time drawing crowds, which to me is a no-brainer. If you move from where you've been for 20 years, right across the street from Wrigley Field, it was literally on the corner across the street from Wrigley Field. Now they moved to pretty much Nowheresville. I mean, we're talking Nowheresville, Chicago, not Nowheresville like Trenton, Missouri, but where you're not having heavy foot traffic. Like, sometimes the foot traffic near Wrigley Field is not the foot traffic you're looking for. I mean, we're talking the drunkest people in Chicago getting rowdy and starting fights because the team that they like didn't win. But those are the same people that walk into your comedy club, buy some drinks, and see a show, and walk out being amazed that they had no idea this was going on in Chicago. I wish them the best of luck. I really like Improv Olympic. There are some things I don't like about the IO, but overall, they have created a great setting for improv to exist in the U.S., mostly with their work in Chicago, but they've got an amazing culture and community in Los Angeles as well. So, I don't know what I'm rambling now, but yeah, so that's tomorrow. No live stream questions tomorrow. The next day I'm in Carbondale, Illinois. And then after that, which would be Wednesday rehearsal, Thursday Carbondale, Friday come home, maybe Friday night or Saturday night. We'll have a Q&A session where you can ask me questions. You can ask me questions about myself, but my preference would be that you ask me questions about anything, because I feel bored talking about myself. I feel like I've covered it, done that, been living it, probably did enough questions about me. But you want to know, I don't know, about the cosmos? Ask me. I'm like an expert on pretty much everything. Alright, talk to you later.